Welcome to the Grand Chess Tour Romania Chess Classic. The tournament has officially begun, and in round one, the current world champion, Bogdan was held to a draw by his fellow Indian prodigy, Pragnananda Rameshbabu. Fabiano Caruana and Levon Aronian also shared the same result, both settling for draws. In this video, we'll dive into an exciting round one clash between Wesley So and Romania's own Bogdan Deac. Opening stage. Wesley So playing white begins with C for the English opening. It's a flexible, hyper-modern choice, aiming to control the center from the flanks. Deac playing black replies with E5, immediately challenging the center. White develops the knight to C3. Black pins it with bishop to B4, a common theme seen in the Nimzo Indian, although here it creates a reversed Sicilian structure. White responds with knight to D5, directly challenging the bishop. Black chooses to retreat the bishop to E7, avoiding structural weaknesses, but at the cost of tempo. White plays knight to F3, eyeing the central E5 pawn. Black supports it with D6, while preparing to develop his light-squared bishop. White pushes G3, preparing to fianchetto, a classic English opening plan. Black plays C6, kicking the knight. But since it has already moved, this plan feels a little slow. Perhaps knight to F6 would have been more natural. Instead of retreating and losing time, White captures the knight, removing Black's bishop. Black recaptures with his knight, preparing to castle. But now that knight is awkwardly placed on E7. Capturing with the queen would have kept more pressure. White continues with B4, expanding on the queen side and grabbing space. Black plays F6, trying to prevent knight to G5. But this weakens the light squares, especially E6 and G6. A better choice might have been knight to C6 or bishop to E6. White completes the kingside fianchetto. Black develops the bishop to E6, but the earlier F6 push already made his kingside vulnerable. White plays D3, protecting the center and opening the diagonal for his own bishop. Black continues with queen to D7. White castles. Black challenges the B4 pawn with A5. After White captures, Black recaptures with the rook, activating it early. Middle game strategy. White plays queen to C2, connecting the rooks and supporting play on the queen side. Black closes the center with C5, but this weakens the D5 square and makes B7 a target. White activates the rook along the B file, directly eyeing B7. Black develops the knight to C6, but pressure is mounting. White brings the queen to B2, increasing tension on B7. Black castles, but now the queen side is exposed. White captures the B7 pawn. Black responds with rook takes A2, gaining counterplay. White decides to trade queens. Black recaptures, but White maintains a slight edge due to Black's pawn weaknesses. Endgame transition. Now White's e-pawn is under attack, so he repositions the knight to cover it, also opening the diagonal for his bishop. Black jumps a knight to D4, a strong central post, attacking the pawn. White defends with his rook. Black offers a bishop trade, but White declines, and instead offers a rook trade to simplify. Black accepts, leading to an equal but sharp endgame. Next, Black trades bishops. White recaptures with the king. Then Black repositions the knight, but White has the better pawn structure. White activates the rook on the A file. Black mirrors the idea, pressuring the bishop. White retreats the bishop, still eyeing the D for square. Black centralizes the king, but he's losing ground. White pushes E3, tightening control over D4. Black keeps bringing the king in, but it remains awkwardly placed. Endgame battle. Move 25. King to F3 and rook to B7. White activates the king. Black defends the B file. Both sides continue centralizing their kings. White then expands on the king side with F4, preparing G4 and F5. Black tries to stop it with H5, but that weakens G5. White improves the knight, looking at squares like D6 or F6. Black repositions his knight, but the king side becomes increasingly fragile. White advances his pawns, squeezing Black's space. Black falls back to C7. White plays H3, preparing the key break G4. Black offers a rook trade. White accepts, and after knight recaptures on a7, white pushes g4. Black captures, white recaptures, and black activates his knight to the center. White places his king on f3, and black retreats the knight to e7. White's knight jumps to g3. Both sides are now aiming to break through on the king side. Black plays g6, further weakening f6. White brings his bishop forward to attack the knight. Black retreats to e8. White places the bishop on d2. Black's knight moves to g7. Time pressure is now becoming a serious factor for both players. Climactic finish. White strikes with g5, creating sharp complications. The best move for black? Knight on e8 takes the f-pawn. But in time trouble, black miscalculates and takes it with the g-knight instead. That allows pawn takes f6, attacking the knight directly. In the chaos of time pressure, black makes a critical mistake. He captures the knight. White pushes his pawn again, and now black cannot stop it. The pawn is unstoppable. Black resigns. What a thrilling game! Rich in positional ideas, dynamic pawn play, and a sharp tactical finish. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow for more high-level chess breakdowns.